1,000 Cuts. Written, edited, and sound designed by Alex C. Telander. Content warning for self-harm, blood, and cutting.
I flick the light switch and am blinded by a waterfall of shining silver. It looks like the sun reflecting off a lake, except what I'm staring at is much more beautiful than any shitty lake water. A row of beautiful, sharp knives, and they each have a very important purpose. To cut me. It's morning, and I haven't got long till I need to get to work. I choose a knife to the left of the row. It's small, light. The handle looks to be some sort of antler or bone. I'm guessing it's not human bone. That would be kind of fucked up. It may be small, but there's a finesse to it. Someone crafted this piece of steel with skill and intent. The handle fits just right in my hand. It's not something I can accidentally or easily drop. This knife was made so that whoever wielded it could get the job done without any problem. But this morning, it's got just a little job to do. To cut me. I already know it's sharp. I sharpened them all yesterday. They're ready. All 15 of them. I put down the knife. I roll up the sleeve of my blue shirt on the right arm. I rest my hand on the counter, applying some pressure, tensing the muscle in my forearm. I pick up the knife again, reach over, and... I pushed it in pretty deep. I felt it bite into the muscle. It was delicious. That should do it. I pull my sleeve back down, fasten the button. I put on my corduroy sweater, my coat, pick up my briefcase, and I leave for work. The pain lasts all day and is exquisite. I only got a few confused looks after I took my coat and sweater off, plus one angry one. I don't really get it. I was wearing a dark shirt. You could barely see the bloodstains. I did have to keep peeling the shirt material off my skin, which gave a satisfying rasping sound, plus the added sting of re-irritating the wound. This is definitely the start of something beautiful. A new morning, a new knife. This time, it's one towards the center. The knife I used yesterday lies in the sink like a dead rat, my blood dried and dark on its silver skin. This knife is longer, the blade thinner. As I wave it around, it feels like the tail of a silver dragon, dazzling me in the light. I cut 4 times today. One cut, nice and deep into the meat of the left calf. The other, into the right. Blood begins flowing down each leg, pooling into my socks and shoes. It's good that most of my clothing is black or dark blue. The third cut goes into my left arm, which is tricky as I'm left-handed. I hold the knife loosely, uncomfortably in my right hand, and then slowly make a long, deep wound on the underside of my forearm. I switch hands and go for the exact same spot on my right arm from yesterday, reopening the wound and making it considerably deeper. The pain is excruciating, blissful. Today, I've picked out a dark maroon shirt. It's my idea of humor. Maybe I can make the angry guy lose it today. What the fuck is wrong with people? Makes me want to grab one of these knives and slit some throats. Breathe. Breathe. Calm yourself down. Look at them, lying there, waiting for you, calling for you, just wanting you to reach out and touch them, caress them, grasp them and hold them tight, wield them, use them for what they were meant to do. Spill blood. The pain was a burning agony over the whole day, and it was just wonderful. It kept me so focused and alive. It was an absolute thrill. Until my boss called me into the office. At least they waited till after lunch. They said my attire was unacceptable, that I was alarming my fellow employees and making them feel uncomfortable. They said they didn't want to see this again, or there would be consequences. That's how they said it, with that big, pregnant ellipse there, like what they were about to say would be the most damning thing I've ever heard. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Like I care about consequences. I am in pursuit of a superior state of being, one that can only be achieved through deep concentration, skillful cutting, and constant, heightened, magnificent pain. Consequences be damned. I can cut your consequences right out of that sentence. Excise and remove by skill. Let it be revealed for what it is. An empty, pathetic threat. I calm myself by cutting, by letting the blood flow. A ritual performed for over 1,000 years. The balancing of the humors. Phlegm, yellow bile, black bile, and blood. I have only one humor, one facet of my being that needs to be balanced for me to be in control. Blood. I think of making an incision on my face, something that will be so apparent and unquestionable it will put my boss into an immediate rage tomorrow. But no, I decide to wait on that. I choose my buttocks, and I choose one of the longest knives, a hunting knife, the handle thick and crenellated for enhanced grip, even when your hand is slippery with blood, from skinning a recent kill, or from something else. I choose the hunting knife because I am reaching for a part of my body that is not as easy to cut, not in clear view, and because I want to make a long incision, from cleft to tail. I have multiple mirrors in this room. It is intentional. I can see myself from every angle. I reach around to my left, behind my back, and begin cutting. The cut is deep. It opens wide, giving me an intimate view into the fatty meat of the inside of my ass. I could switch hands now and attempt the same act with my right hand, but I know it will not be as precise, as exact, as beautiful. I curve my spine backwards and reach further around. I change the angle of my view so I can see better, and then cut. My buttocks are on fire, and it feels glorious. Twin streams of blood run down the backs of my legs, tickling my skin. I stand like that, relishing the sensations, for 2 hours. Then I go to bed. I sleep on my front, intending not to turn over in the night, but it never happens that way. In the morning, I awake to red sheets and find myself in a red pool. Well, this is awkward. Actually, no, it's wonderful. The smell is overwhelming, as if I've encased my head in a rusty underwater helmet. I literally have to peel myself out of bed, and it feels just like tearing off a very stuck-on Band-Aid, scab and all. Delicious. Delightful. As I stand, I find my legs shaky, My body incredibly weak. Must be the blood loss. I cook up a steak for breakfast after thawing it in the microwave. I gobble it up like it's a Pop-Tart. A very bloody Pop-Tart. After, I feel much better. I stand in the mirror, the knives looking up at me. In my mind, I can hear them screaming, "Pick me! Pick me! Pick me!" Fuck 'em. I grab another hunting knife, this one even larger than last night's contender. I cut deep and I cut long. For a moment, there is a big X crossing my chest, making it appear my body is divided into triangular pieces. Then the blood comes. A red X at first, then a falling sheet. Fuck 'em, I say again, and put my black shirt on, tucking it in tight. Every movement makes the material chafe against the wounds. Agonizing. Glorious. I don't have much time. I know they are coming for me. Work was going along just fine until that fucker 2 spots over ratted me again. Once more I was called into my boss's office and verbally berated for over 15 minutes about my hygiene. I kept my head down the whole time, feeling the words bounce off me. I relished in the pain of my cuts, the blood still fresh and flowing. If I hadn't had that steak, I wouldn't be standing. Think I'll need to have another one when I get home. Then my boss called my name, breaking me from my redlining stupor. Had I been listening to anything he was saying? Was this some sort of joke? My head was up now, and I shook it and nodded in the right places. What is that on your neck? Is that blood? My head down again. I apologized and asked if that was all. Your pay is being docked. Now get out of my sight. I slithered out of his office, fuming. I felt the anger oozing out of all my wounds, forming a protective shield around my body. I was fucking unstoppable, and that guy was gonna get it. I went into the kitchen off the break room and grabbed something. I went back to his office and politely knocked, putting my best apologetic face on. I went inside, closing the door behind me. I stood before him. He greeted me with a satisfied, smug grin. I sucked in a breath, then sprang like a Venus flytrap, burying the bread knife deep in his throat. "Thank you," I said. "I'm glad we could come to a satisfying arrangement." I opened the office door a little, slipped through, and closed it behind me. I went straight for the exit and didn't look back. There were no sounds from my co-workers, so no one had been watching. No one had seen what happened. Yet. And now here I am, naked, and I've been busy. It's been 15 minutes, as long as that shitting shamefest from not too long ago. I've gone through almost all the knives. All but one. Cuts cover my body like I'm wearing a cross-hatching bodysuit, and everything's red. I didn't have that steak, so things are very hard now. Movement is, well, it's very painful. But the pain is also what's sustaining me. The floor looks like I redecorated with copious amounts of red paint. I pick up the last knife, a small but dangerously sharp blade. I hack at my wrists, switching the knife from hand to hand. I shuffle to my bedroom. The bed still looks like a giant Kafka tick exploded in it. I flop down onto it, and the sheets are cool with my blood. Cold, in fact. I relish the feel. I drag myself so my head is positioned on my reddening pillow. I can hear sirens now, but they're still far away. That is good. With a shaky hand, I use that small knife and slit my throat ear to ear. My chest becomes warm as the rest of my blood is spilled, even though my body grows very cold. I am so tired now. I am done. The last thing I hear is a distant, muffled knocking at the door.